the first problem we are having is that we have a culture and a history that does not help Kenyans trust such processes. Because look at the scandals that we have been able to suffer from the NHIF, from the NSSF, where people have been able, where we have seen previously money get lost. And so the first problem Kenyans are having is that there is mistrust. Nobody is actually trusting that these will actually come to pass. So before we even talk about whether it's realistic or not, first of all, most of the Kenyans are feeling like this is not something that is going to happen, because previously government unfortunately has no record of being very faithful with such funds. And that's a lot of work that really needs to be put into investing in explaining to get the trust of Kenyans. I think that's what government has tried to do in terms of bringing the PS out to be able to speak to this, but I think they didn't achieve much through it, because if anything, the trust will continue to deteriorate because of the mode of presentation and the body language, as my colleagues put it. But then I agree that the aspect of housing is a good thing, but I disagree that it is something that should be forced onto people. At the end of the day, people must be able to understand first, because this, you're touching their earnings. They must really understand you when you're doing that before you go ahead to tax them. And I agree that in all fairness, this is, because it's compulsory, then it's a tax. We don't need to beat around the bush and call it different names and so forth. But first of all, Kenyans must buy the trust. Government must try as much as possible to buy the trust of Kenyans, because unfortunately, the previous record and previous history does not favor government. It makes everyone look at it like this is just another scandal in the offing. This is just another problem that is going to come out. So I don't know how they need to do that, but somehow the first thing we need is to buy the trust. Before we even talk about who we are deducting, we first of all need Kenyans to trust that this will end well.